Hey everyone, I'm Ultraviolent4 and this is a proposed Demigod rework or perhaps a new species proposal. This one is hot off the presses. It's being proposed by Reels. You may remember him from other species proposals such as Fairy Dragon. Alright, so what we're looking at here is the tavern proposal thread. If you look in the video description, I'll give you both the link to this tavern thread and the link if you want to download Fairy Dragon yourself to give it a go. You want the zip file. Unless you know what you're doing, you don't want to download the source code. Get the zip file and then you can give it a go too. So what is this? He's written a whole bunch of stuff about details and stuff that we're not going to read. But basically, it's a Demigod rework, which I'm quite excited about because for me, Demigod is by far my least favorite species in the game. You may have noticed that I've never played one on the channel, and it's because I just don't find it to be fun. One of the most enjoyable things in Crawl for me is playing with gods. So when you have a species that has no gods, and then there's nothing else really special about it, you're a humanoid, all your apps are flat, so there's no particular character about the species, and then all your apps are -1, and it's just not fun. So yeah, I would prefer this as a rework, but I don't know, I'm not hugely fussed either way. But basically what's happened is Reels has reimagined Demigod. So when you think of a demigod, what do you think of? You think of a human who's got godlike powers. So the first character or the first sort of thing that comes to my mind is someone more like Hercules, who has superhuman strength, is actually like a god. So that's sort of more what's going on here. So to give it my own summary of basically how it works is that this demigod is more like a demon spawn, except when you level up, instead of getting random mutations, with this demigod, as you level up, you're going to get random god abilities. I haven't tried it yet. I've been waiting out for this for a while. It's been an idea in the pipeworks for a little while now. Very, very excited. But it sounds like it can get absolutely nutty. So I wanted to show you the different ones that you can get. So first of all, when you get to level 5, you get a passive ability from a god, and there are 8 different ones that you can get. So you can get the shining one, which gives you his RN. You get your allies protected from abjuration. That's not a big deal. You get the aura, and then you get your HP, MP restoration when you kill evil stuff. There is Vehement, who's going to give you magic points on kill, destructive magic, wizardry, and the range increase. You can get Macleb, who's going to give you HP on kills. Che, who's going to give you basically like Che, so you're going to get this slow movement speed and bonus stats as you get slowed. Dithmenos for the Umbra. You're going to potentially emit fog when you get hit, and then your Shadow Mimic is going to mimic your attacks and spells. Quaz, with an added bonus that the cloud immunity is also going to extend to your allies, which is very exciting. If nothing else, if this one gets shut down completely, the devs just say, no way, this is too crazy, get out of here, which I hope they don't, because it sounds really fun. I guess we'll see, right? We'll see if it's fun. But if nothing else, this should be in the game. There's nothing worse than trying to play Quaz. You pick up Spectral Weapon because you forget, and then you cast your Spectral Weapon and then your clouds just destroy it. It's very sad. And then finally Rue, so you can get his aura. Oh no, not finally. Finally Hep, so you can get an Ancestor plus the recall. And that includes all the Ancestor things such as picking which type and naming it and that sort of a thing. Then at XO11 you gain a low piety ability. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, hang on, if you're not worshipping a god, how do you have piety? What does that mean? And how do you use these things without invocations? Well, the way that it's going to work is that instead of piety, you get what's called divinity. So it's basically, I don't know, you can imagine it like a belief in your true God self or something like that. But the way that you acquire divinity, or I mean, you can still think of it like piety if you want, is like most normal killing gods. So it will accept all kills. It's basically I don't know if it's exactly the same because I don't know if all the gods are the same, but it's basically like normal gods like Trog or Macleb or Okawaru, where you just get regular piety for killing things. Not the bonus piety that you get from Oka for difficult enemies, but just something like Macleb. Let's just think of Macleb for everything, that's easier. And you also have the ability to train invocations. So yeah, that's a bit exciting. And all these abilities will work off invocations, or the ones that do. So it's basically, it's supposed to work like normal. So when you think of, for instance here, the first one is vitalization, or for instance, I'm looking at heroism from Oka. It works in the way that you would expect it to work if you were worshipping that god in a regular game. I'll also point out to you that for these three things, so the passive, the small active, and the large active, they can't double up on gods. So you're going to get three different ones paired together that will all be different, and that obviously you'd never get any of those three together normally. Okay, so our first active bucket, get at experience level 10, you get this first one. It's totally random. You can get vitalization from Zin, imprison, the Shining One's divine shield, Kiku's call corpses, Ured's animate dead, with animate remains, and again at 3 piety or divinity it will kick up to animate dead, just like if you were playing Ured yourself. Heroism, minor destruction from Macleb, lesser servant from Macleb, Sifmuna's channel magic, Trog's hand, heal other from Ellie, purification from Ellie, bend space from Lagonu, banish from Lagonu, Bio's smite, Che's time bend, which I think will potentially be very interesting because you're not going to have it on a slow character. Upheaval from Quaz, and Ruse draw out power. Now these aren't all necessarily balanced, so I mean you can think of it a bit like Demon Spawn, where some mutations are clearly better than others. I'm thinking of powered by death. Yeah, that's the crazy one. And so on. So they're not all equal. Some characters are just going to roll better than others, but the point is that, I don't know, it should be fun, right? They don't have to all be balanced. And then finally, at experience level 15, you gain a large piety ability. You can get Zin's Sanctuary, the Shining One's Cleansing Flame, Divine Warrior, Ured's Drain Life or Enslave Soul, Okawaru's Finesse, Macleb's Major Destruction, Greater Servant, Trog's Brother in Arms, Ellie's Greater Healing or Divine Vigor, Lagonu's Corrupt. I like that Reels added Abyss Exit because he didn't initially have that, and I was a bit like, this is a really bad ability if you enter the Abyss and you can't get out again. So Lagonu's Enter and Exit Abyss, Jiva's Slimify, Che's Step from Time, Dis Shadow Form, Quaz's Disaster Area, and Ruse Apocalypse. This should be very fun considering you never have to sacrifice anything to get it. And he's given us here an example of what it might look like. A warning at this point, the strings haven't been updated to make them all not actually refer to the gods. Reels wanted to sort of put it out there, see how people felt about it, how it went before he actually goes in and changes all these. I've been warned that it might be buggy, although hopefully not, so if we're unlucky maybe it's just going to crash, but fingers crossed. So in this character here, it's got abilities from Quaz, Lagonu, and Ellie. So it's the passive Storm Clouds, the ability to banish, and the ability to call for Divine Vigor. So, I mean, that character sounds pretty fun, right? So, I want to give it a go. Let's see if I can switch while we're in action. Hey, alright, cool, we did it. Alright, so I've named it Hercules after Hercules and Reels. We're going to be playing a demigod. So here, they refuse to worship a god, that's still true, but they make up with it for their divine attributes and abilities. And I think we probably just want to play something fairly straightforward in melee, just because we'll see if we can get to level, was it 14 or 15? I think 15, we can roll a character, we'll get all 3 abilities. I believe that Hercules' favorite weapon is a club. So we're going to be going the maces and flails routes. And we're just going to smash through it. If you want to have a look at the apps, so if you want to see all the details, have a look at the tavern thread. But the apps generally have been put up from -1. Invocations is a +1, interestingly. And there are a few different, so fighting's still -1. Spellcasting's up +1. Everything else is mostly 0. And then let's give this a go. So we're not going to do a full playthrough here. I would love to do a full playthrough of this ultimately. But I think we'll give it a chance for Reels to fully polish everything and get it all done. You know, maybe get some feedback. Maybe there are minor fixes or you know, changes that need to be made. So we'll give this a quick go. We'll see if we can get a feel for how this works. And yeah, let's go. Oh, I forgot how laggy my offline client goes when I'm also recording, because I did a quick just run through the first couple of floors just to see that it wasn't going to just straight up crash on me. And it was fine, but now as soon as I'm recording, the game is super laggy. That was a mace. I think a flail is still better. And this is my favorite helmet in the game actually, except maybe the mummy one, but I really like the look of this one. And I'm pretty confident that this is going to be super popular. There's a reason that Demon Spawn is the most played, and I'd say probably the most loved species of all. It's because it's really fun. The random mutations gives you a really high replayability. And also it's just really fun. So I can imagine that this is going to be the same kind of zaniness but with god abilities. And as I said before, that's my favorite part of playing Crawl, or one of them. So very excited. I don't know. If you give me a character that has, I don't know, some sort of passive, and then I've got Bio's Smite and Ured's Drain Life, oh, that makes my head spin. How crazy that would be. If you have a look at the message log when we're killing stuff, the kills are strengthening our divinity. We can hit the caret button, which is Shift and 6, and it's going to show us what is normally your religion page, but I guess it's our self-worth page. Currently no granted powers. Tells you here your divinity strengthens when you kill anything, really, and then we never get wrath because we're not actually worshipping the god. I want to pick up this ringmail though, and I'm going to be keeping an eye on our experience level in the top right there, because we're going to get our first passive at 5. These look like some altars. We'll just go strength, it's not a big deal. Probably the correct choice would be int, but yeah. We can do our first bug test or play test. Can we worship a god? No. Good. That'd be broken. Alright, so you didn't break that. Alright, I really want to test that hatch up, but I know that we're never getting to the orb run, so it doesn't really matter. No doubles or scrolls yet. Again, we're playing a quick one. Let's just put these on. Curse ring and teleport. This is why we don't do it. I guess we'll read our scrolls. Look for remove curse. Yeah, okay. Alright. This is why I don't do it. Apparently we're strong enough to fight this stuff. Let's go a scale mail. It's an even heavier armor. Much like the regular Demigod, I didn't point it out, but when we went to level 3, we still got the choice of essentially picking 2 stats. So the one that you pick is the one that you also get a bonus of. I don't know that we're strong enough to be fighting wizards. Apparently we are. I'm forgetting that we have... Oh, okay. So, a teleportation ring just pulled us into crazy use. House. Which interestingly allows you to teleport into. I didn't know that it did. These ruined areas depend. Because I thought the same flag both stopped you from being shafted and teleported into. So I thought you couldn't shaft into Crazy Youth's cottage, but maybe you can. We've got a haste. Nothing to read. Let's call for haste. He could insta-kill us here. Yeah, look at that. So what did he hit us there with? Oh wait, are we dead? No. But we're very nearly. So he whacked us with that one hit there and burnt us. Nearly one-shot us. If he had rolled, say, a lek, we would be dead. Oh dear, okay. Go away. Lucky we're hasted. We're not anymore. If we get sandwiched again, we're dead. Alright, we're all good. He's free though. He's on the level somewhere. Looking to one-shot banish us. We should pick up a Morning Star. Swings at 1.3, but it's better. That's an Orc Priest. Get him. Oh. It's like having the trivial teleportitis mutation. Oh, okay. So we reached level 5. And we rolled Hep as our god ability. So we now have an ancestor. I'm assuming that gives us the minus 10% HP. It does indeed. I'm not going to rename it. That's a pretty interesting name though. Senac Tenry. Okay. And we've got Hasten Natasha. Let's immediately get our ancestor to try and stop Natasha. I wonder if he can win. No, he's not strong enough. Well, while he bought us some time there, we're just going to go back upstairs. And we'll wait for our ancestor to come back. You get the recall ability too. So, yeah. Every time he gets left behind, that's not it. Alright, so this is cool. So we're going to be like a Hep character, but we're also going to get other active abilities from different gods. Yeah, I already like this. This is already a winner. I knew it would be a winner beforehand, but I'm excited. Alright, so we need to get to experience level 12 for that to happen. Let's call our ancestor back. So we'll position ourselves a bit better so that we can both fight Natasha at the same time. And we'll double team her. Whoa, she's got a digging wand. Okay, that's OP. We'll just get more strength. Rather than fiddle around with books. That's too many no's. Alright, we need to run. No, bat, don't do that. I was gonna say Crazy Youth is somewhere too. Oh, he's right there. I wonder if our ancestor can just win. No. What have we got? A random potion? It's might. Okay. I'm feeling lucky. Okay. Ooh. ID. We picked up, oh yeah, Crazy Youth's cloak. Let's read. There's remove curse. Okay, we can get rid of this curse ring. And then now I'm feeling better about this character. That's a glowing scale mail, which is cursed. Okay. No biggie. Hiss of flowing sand. Yeah, okay. So you can't train invocations unless you actually get an invocation ability, because I suppose it would theoretically be possible to not get any. Yes, because you could get Rue's abilities, which don't use invocations, and Trog's abilities, which don't use invocations. So there you go. So yeah, that makes sense. You don't necessarily want to be training invocations unless you actually end up getting one. And then it might depend on if you actually want to train for it. So we can remember our ancestors' god. I don't know. I tend to like the Hexer just as the stronger one. Yeah, we're not playing a full playthrough, so we'll pick the Hexer. Oh, man, Hep's so good. I just want it stated for the record too that I made a strong case that a passive god ability could be Bio's ability to convert orcs, but Reels is not a fan of that one. Are we dying here? Wasn't really paying attention, and we got marked, and then I allowed everything to get on top of us. We might need to do both our curings here. That was a bit silly of me. Alright, never mind, we got our ancestor back. Literally unkillable. Which reminds me, I need to do another Hep run at some stage. It's a really fun god too. I can't ever remember the name. When you're playing online, you'll constantly have your ancestor's name here. What actually is it? That one. Senecthenry. Yeah, okay. I'm not remembering that. So this is already much more interesting than any Demigod game I've ever played in my life. I don't think I've ever played one outside of tournaments, because that's to try to get tournament points. Like even for getting greater player and that sort of thing, I'm pretty sure I just did it in tournaments. It's really not fun. But now, let's go. Some stuff. Oh, scroll summoning, okay. Oh, cursed chainmail, alright, fair enough. A +0 helmet is technically better than a +1 hat, because it's got base armor. So if you're training armor, that one base armor will contribute. Amulet of the Gourmand, may as well. That was a fierce scroll. Oh god. We cannot walk in there, we don't have any RF. And it's early enough in the game that fire clouds are just basically going to kill us. I wonder how an Amulet of Faith works. I expect that you'd probably... we're probably dead here. Oh wait, no, we got agility. Okay, never mind. And curing. Like, I'm guessing that you would gain piety faster, but if you take it off, are you suddenly overcome with crippling self-doubt and you lose a bunch of your divinity? Alright, let's not die to him. Okay, thank you, Hep Ancestor. We're gonna put the buckler on. Do it again. Offline, it looks so much more like you're dying because you get that really big red bar on your health. I don't know, maybe I'm imagining it, but when Crazy Youth hit us, I thought we were dead. Reach level 8, we need to get to... I've already forgotten. I think it's 12 to get our first active. So some of these passives you might be with for a while could potentially make your game pretty rough. And by that, I'm mostly thinking of Che. I mean, just having Quaz with the cloud bit, I don't mind. I like Quaz's clouds. It allows you to just walk around while things die. It's a great passive. As is Hep, by the way. Such a strong god. Let's ID this artifact ring. RCMR stealth minus. Yes, please. Protection from cold. Okay, cool. We can have a look at the... No, we can't. We'd have to use our last remove curse scroll just to even try the artifact leather armor. I'm not going to bother anyway, it's kind of light. We'll put on this amulet. It's magic regen. Nah. I'm just trying to find faith because I'm curious. Yeah, we are training fighting. Yeah, that's right. So we wouldn't normally be able to fight a double-headed ogre, except for the fact that the Hexer is so overpowered that we can confuse it. Okay, never mind. He's back. He's alive. We gotta run. It's just... I'm gonna be lazy. We'll just jump on this teleport trap and teleport right next to the stairs. It was planned. Oh, see, look at this. That bar looks like we're dead. It's... Yeah, because it's red, and then there's the little bit at the end is a darker red. So it's not quite dead, but it looks very much like it. Alright. Go Hexer. Alright, we got the confuse off. This time, oh, see, he still hits us. Maybe the Hexer can just one-on-one. A monster that's confused can still hit you. Yeah. How about we just kite him for a while, and then we'll wait for our ancestor to reappear. And hope that he doesn't get random energy and then just kill us. So if we keep walking around, yeah, eventually... Oh boy, okay, he very quickly broke out of that confusion. Please don't get random energy, sir. I don't want to die. I want to get an active god ability, please. Okay, go. Oh, he killed a Hexer again? I'm too afraid to throwing at him. Maybe with our next Hexer. And how about actually we just start closing the door? That's easier to do than walking around. So I'm just spamming the C button. Oh no, we got outplayed. No, this works. Alright, let's throwing at him. Oh, we missed. Oh god, we almost died. Do we have anything? Teleport, maybe? Please kick in. Oh god, okay. Please come back, ancestor. Oh god. Let's go in agility. Oh god. Oh god. Alright. Perfectly planned. Oh god. Yeah, we're really good through. Alright. This is why you don't play like a maniac. Because I'm playing faster than I normally would because I just want to try to see if we can get a full character going. But Crawl is really good at punishing stupid play. Alright, there we go. We got the net off. Alright, that's what we should have done the first time. When you see that we picked strength, and so you feel stronger times 2. If you picked int, you'd get double int. So it still means that Demigod is an extremely flexible species because every 3 levels you can get 2 of a stat of your choice. So especially, say you roll the passive from MacLab and you want to become a caster, you very easily can, even if you picked some sort of non-book start background. Although in saying that, you won't be getting book gifts, but still. And you'll find books sooner or later, right? I'm gonna always try to position myself so that our ancestor can help us. Mencure. We can't really fight him unless our ancestor just hexes him. He's got torment and oh, he's hasted. Okay, never mind. If you have League, you can be torment immune, but otherwise he's extremely dangerous. I guess we have a scroll of summoning that we could just blow to kill him. Maybe I'll do that if we meet him again. That's a B pack. Okay, never mind. That's way scarier. Although they have really low MR, so our ancestors should be able to help us here. Yeah, okay, that's much easier than a B pack at that point should have been. Note that your ancestor can see invisible, which is I don't know if it's a he or a she. Don't know. Anyway, our ancestor was just going ham on the sky base even though we couldn't see it. Now if you could confuse Mencure for us. Or you could just kill him, I mean that works too. It's almost dead. Alright, too easy. I was gonna say Hep's such a good god, but we're not Hep, we are ourselves. I do not want to fight Psyche. Or Joseph really. But with the power of the Hexer, yeah, too easy. Hep is definitely in my top 5 gods, like overall gods in terms of strength, just for the record. So good. I mean, not only does your Hexer, or just your ancestor, you could pick any, but let's say not only does your Hexer just straight up give you free kills by, oh, is that a distortion dagger? It is. Oh god. So you get free kills through the hexes, but then you can use your ancestor to block. Oh god. Okay, I should not be doing this. Let's go summoning scroll. Okay, never mind. Psyche's just too strong. We'll go might. Oh dear. Agility. Oh, Hex is back. Recall. Okay, never mind. I think we just leave this floor maybe. And there's a Bailey. Okay, but so you get free kills. You can use your ancestor to block line of fire from enemy hexes or even just ranged enemies. And then it even is just pretty good at fighting because it has a dagger of draining. So even that on its own is a really big boon. So strong. You lose minus 10% HP, but what's minus 10% HP? It's nothing. Alright, so I'm just trying to think about how, roughly where are you when you're XL 12? It's pretty much like going into lair. So you're going to get your passive god ability relatively early in the dungeon. You're going to get your first active roughly early lair or near the start of lair. So that's going to help you out there, especially if you get something like, I don't know, say there are lots of things that can carry through lair in that list. Minor Demons, Trog's Berserk, Aqua's Heroism, a bunch of them. Animate Dead from your red. They're all going to be really strong by the time you get to lair. You miss the Bailey, that's alright. A Wand of Clouds, we'll hold it. So maybe, I don't know, maybe we're not going to make it to the big active ability, but let's at least get to the first one. Maybe we'll get there. Oh, that's funny. Alright, we're getting hit by the halberd. It's like, how's this one yak messing us up so badly? Yeah, it's better. I haven't really been paying attention. Have there been other maces? No. No whips of a lek anywhere. But a couple of shops. We'll wait, we'll just cut around. Oh, that's not the right walking. Just wait for our ancestor to come back, and then our ancestor will easily confuse an orc warrior. Alright, let's test out our new shiny chainmail. Fire resistance, that's good. Compared to the Troll Chaos Knight I've been playing, this seems much more straightforward. I'm not being killed by a Zom every second turn. I think oh wait, I looked in the shops, didn't I? There's nothing too exciting. What's pretty cool about getting the passive early is it, requirement, let's get a weapon. Wow. Man, maybe we should just play out a full game. So we just rolled a +11 Evening Star that's a lek with R poison. That's one of the best weapons I've ever seen, frankly. That's amazing. +11 Evening Star of a lek with bonus. That's crazy. But anyway, the point I was trying to make, I don't even remember anymore. This Evening Star has struck all thoughts from my head. I was talking about getting the passive early. What's cool about that is that the passive is probably the one that's most going to affect the direction that your character is going to go in. So by getting that early, lets you start thinking about what you want to do. So for instance, we talked about getting McLeb. Oh, well, not McLeb, but yes, also getting McLeb. But getting Vehement is going to really change your character. As is, for instance, Che or Quaz. Like you're going to want to build a Vehement character very different to one who is Quaz. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Wonder Ice Blast, nice. Okay, so that lets us deal with the Hydra that's walking around. I don't really want to fight this Demonologist. Maybe our Ancestor will just win. No. Okay, that's alright. We'll just chill over here while our Ancestor fights. Okay, so we're experience level 11 now, so it is about right when we head into Lair. We're going to be roughly 12. Why don't I just... Oh, okay, it's confused. Okay. Maybe that was a bit risky. I was going to say, we could just fight it. We have a plus 11 elite, Evening Star of Elec. What could go wrong? A lot of things. Nope, we're not doing that. Oh right, we have an elect weapon. We do nothing to insubstantial wisps. And they're magic immune too, aren't they? Yeah, so not even our ancestor can help us with those guys. Wait, these guys are like total counters to us. We're actually dying to them. How do we kill an insubstantial wisp? It's not gonna happen. We need to actually run away and heal. That's crazy. Okay, we just need to bash it. There we go. We've had a few swamp enemies, but it's only layer 1. Swamp can't be on this floor. I'm not sure what that means. Just random swamp enemies. Okay. Harold, we want protection from firearm. And everything is just so easy with help. Alright, where are we? We're 76% of the way to level 12. First ability incoming. I'm trying to think, what would be super clowny with this? Heal Other would be really interesting from Ellie. So you hide behind the Hexer while the Hexer distracts and you try to heal the monster to pacify it. That sounds very clowny. Alright, here we go. Let's not fight and hold elephant pack right now. 98%. Just need one more enemy. No, we need a few more apparently. Oh god, if we die now. We reached level 12. Okay, good more strength. What do we get? Oh, is it not level 12? Isn't it level 12? Oh, okay. No, apparently, maybe it was at 11, or maybe I just missed it. Wait, let me check. I'm alt tabbing. Oh, okay, it was ages ago. Alright, so I've been talking complete nonsense and misleading you like crazy. Okay, our first ability was actually at experience level 10, but I actually just missed it. That's something that Real said to me, that he hasn't figured out yet how to put a force more on when you get new abilities. Alright, so we for a while have had the ability to receive corpses. Okay. So that's pretty useless without any necromancy stuff. That is one that Reels and I talked about. I basically said it can be totally useless without any necromancy books, because you're not guaranteed to get them if you're not Kiku. He said, well, one, it's not totally useless because you can always eat them. So you'll never starve to death, which is true, I suppose. But just, it could lead to really nutty characters. And I agree. But does not help us much. Alright. Let's see. So the third big ability is at experience level 15. So this one's a bit unexciting for this character. We've not found any books at all. Literally none. So if we were relying on this one to get us through Lair, we'd be in a bit of trouble. That's a pair of warped gloves. Minus telly gloves. Yikes. And the regen. Alright, and I think maybe we'll just do this floor. It's going to take quite a while to get to experience level 15. That's usually, I don't know, I'm basing it, the main time that I really actually look at experience level, because it's not something you usually care about that much, is when I'm speedrunning. And when I'm doing that, I'm skipping lots of content. But experience level 15 is usually around, you've cleared Lair, and probably you've done or are doing the Orcish Mines. And I did check, I'm alt tabbing it. Yeah, experience level 15 is when you get the bigger ability for sure. Okay. Alright, yeah. Okay. Because receive corpses isn't a invocations ability either. So you see we're at 5 pips of piety. So if we did have a necromancy spell, we could be absolutely spamming the crap out of receive corpses. Right, and I said we'd stop, so let's stop there. So give this a go. Give Reels your feedback on how you think this plays out. I guess if you just want to talk about the idea, that's cool too. Does this excite you? Does this sound cooler than Demigod as it currently is? Or do you think that this should just be a new species? Because I think Demigod is either the least played or second least played species in all of Crawl. And for me, it's my least favorite. I think it's a very unexciting species to play. You can basically, if you want the Demigod experience, you can basically just play a human and then just choose not to worship a god, and it's very similar. But anyway, give this a go. Alright. Troll Chaos Knight will be back tomorrow. Okay, bye.